Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show, bringing you some of the crypto latest updates in the crypto verse. I hope everybody's doing good, everybody's doing well. I do want to check that we're live because I feel like we're not live. Yep, we're live. We're live. Perfect, perfect, perfect. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Please refresh your pages if YouTube messes about. We've got a good stream going on today. There's a few things to talk about: bullish scenarios, bearish scenarios, why I think the bull market could potentially be closer than we think, but you're going to have to wait until closer to the middle of the episode to try and understand what I'm really saying there. Am I saying that it's going to be a bull market right now, or am I saying that everything is going to plan, going exactly to plan? Everything that we've spoken about on this channel. All right. We did miss a few things. I did go a little bit AWOL during the AI run. I appreciate that. And I did miss some of the bull alt runs that we've had recently. There are reasons for that. And for those who follow the channel, they'll know why I've got that reason and why I've been playing the market precariously. All right. So I've been taking longs. I've been taking a lot of shorts too. And I have been making money. And that, at the end of the day, is what it's all about, right? We're supposed to be making money. It doesn't matter what people on Twitter say. It doesn't matter what people on YouTube say. It doesn't matter what I say, as long as you're making some money. Okay, market goes up, market goes down. You need to try and capitalize on a piece of the move at the very least in order to say that you've made some profits during this rally or breakdown. Okay, so look, we'll kick it off straight away. Let's go over to Bitcoin. There are a few things to talk about today. When it comes to Bitcoin, I'm going to be very quick and very brief as to what I'm looking to see. If you want to break down as to what all these support lines are and resistance lines are, you're going to need to watch the previous episode. It was a few days ago. A few days ago, where were we? What day did NJ stream? Right? It would be good to see. So I streamed on one, two. Was it Thursday that I streamed or was it Wednesday? I think it was Thursday. Okay, so we've had 2 days now since I've streamed. All right. And since I've streamed, what has price done? It hasn't really done anything. Okay. I've got a level that I've marked out here, which isn't applicable on the daily. It would be a little higher on the daily, but you can clean it up as you go into the lower time frames. Now, it does look like we're starting to break down, doesn't it? But it's not confirmed yet. We need to go even lower to try and ascertain what Bitcoin is going to do. So if I bring this a little bit closer here for everybody, so look, what I want to see here, the reason I've marked out this upper level right here is because that is where price is capped. You see, we've had the mid-range is there. That's the level that you need to focus on because that's the level that we keep closing below, really. But we're seeing some interruptions. All right. So what I'm seeing here is we've got this high that I've marked out here. This is kind of where the consolidation has begun. Is this the consolidation that's going to lead us to higher prices, or are we going to see a pullback? Well, there are two plans here for you. So the first plan that we've got is we are currently sitting at $30,315. Amazing, amazing stuff. Now, really and truly, where am I seeing issues in price? I'm seeing issues right here, and you can go ahead and mark this level out on your charts, and that's 30,430. You could even label it as 30,400. All right, that's where I'm seeing issues. So if I was to go long on Bitcoin, the problem that I've got right now is the invalidation I've got is down here. Okay, and from an R to R perspective, that's not very good because really and truly, if Bitcoin's going to start pushing up, you're kind of guessing really as to where it's going based on the levels that you've got. But on the downside, you've got clear levels to work with. All right. You can actually see where you're going on the downside most of the time. All right. Now, what we need to do is we need to tighten this invalidation. And if we tighten this invalidation, we'll be able to take better trades. So, for example, I want my invalidation to be, if I'm going along around here, I want it to be here at the minimum. But I know that if it swipes this low, it might come and take these lows. It's more probable than not that I'd be coming to take these lows. Many people would have de-risked by then as well. Down here is really where I'd want it to go. But let's say that it doesn't do that. Okay, what would I want it to do? What I want it to do from here is I want it to find acceptance above that 3,400 level. That's where I'm looking at. You see, we've got a deviation here. Is it a deviation? We don't know. Is it a bear trap? We don't know yet. If we start seeing some price action trade above 30,400 and I can see that it's holding on the hourly time frame, I can see candle bodily closes above this time frame, and I see price starting to sort of curl, right? Like this. Then I'll be more confident going long into 30, 31 point. 31.2? No, I think we can go a bit higher than that. I think we'd be going for 32 at that point. All right. We'd be going for 32. And then what I can do is my invalidation. My hard stop would be around here, but you can bring your invalidation over to this. Okay. That would be the final deviation before pushing up and pushing into that resistance level. Okay. So that's really the plan for Bitcoin. Otherwise, I mean, look, if you're bearish on Bitcoin right now, the only sort of thing I can tell you in terms of being bearish right now, you're right to be bearish. I'm not saying that you're wrong to be, but what I would do is we're still at the mid range. Shorting a mid range isn't the same as shorting a range high or a range low. When you fiddle around with a mid range, you can get chopped out very, very quickly. Look where the chop's happening, all right? Look, you've got this high here, and I'll mark out this low here just for the sake of argument. And there you go. Suddenly you've got a range to work with now. You've got a range high, you've got a range low, you've got clear deviations, you've got a bigger deviation here. If price is going to range, then you could go short here with a stop above, I don't know, 3,500 or something like that. And your target would be, you'd probably take the short here. Your target would be here. So it's about a 3R trade. It says 3.65, but really and truly it's about 3R. And you could even tighten that. If Bitcoin was to go back to that 30,400 level, you could take a stab at it. You could. You could trim some profits off here at the mid range. You could wait for the breakdown and then size up on the breakdown. You could, but it's difficult. It's very difficult. We're at a very nasty place right now. Let me zoom out for you so you could see. This is where we are right now. You're trading the mid range. You can trade the mid range, but it is in no man's land. All right, it's very, very, very difficult to trade this. It could go either direction, but keep your targets short. If we are pushing up, we're not looking for anything past 32.1k. All right, call it 30k just to be safe. We're not looking for anything more than that. If we push below the mid range, as we look like we're doing right now, targets, let's keep it short and sweet. Let's make some money and pull back and reassess. Let's keep the target to 29.7, 29.8. All right, now we can obviously go as deep as 29.3, and I'll explain why. 29.3, if you look, now, each of these support lines that I've got here, it is one big range. Okay, you've got the range high here, you've got the range quarter, the 75%, you've got the mid range, you've got the range quarter, which is 25%, and then you've got the range low. Now, really and truly, when you want to buy the range low. You don't want to buy any other place. You want to buy range low. Worst case scenario, the range quarter, ride it up until the mid range. All right, that's like a 1-to-1. All right, now within each of these quadrants that we've got here, each of those quadrants are a range as well. This is for scalpers, so don't really pay attention to this. I'm just giving you a little trick. You don't have to don't actually trade. I don't advise trading. This is very difficult. You'll find yourself scalping 20, 30 times a day. Your hair will go white. You'll be smoking like there's no tomorrow. Don't do it this way. But I'm going to show you something cool. So if we take the mid range from here to the range quarter, what do we have here? Can you guys see it? Did anybody catch that? Does anybody know what I'm going to say here? If we take this as a range high and this as a range low, and we mark out the mid range, incidentally, that lines up with our target. Okay? So you can't really make this shit up. If we was to go lower, I think 29.8 would be the first target. If we broke below the mid range between the mid range and the mid quarter, I would say we're going towards 29.3. And I think 29.3, it would be a very awkward place to bounce if we did go to 29.3. If we did something like this and then we did that, it would be a little bit weird. I know that it was this high here, but it just doesn't look very clean. I'd prefer if it came all the way down into 28k, but Bitcoin doesn't want to give it to us. Now, the thing is, if I'm talking to you guys about Bitcoin potentially pulling back or a breakout plan to go higher, what does that mean for altcoins? Altcoins, you start to wonder, well, if he says Bitcoin's going lower, it probably means that altcoins are going to go lower too. Well, not really. Not really. And there is a pattern that I'm noticing across the board for altcoins that we're going to talk about in just a moment. But before we do that, let's go over to Ethereum, because Ethereum at the moment is the one that's showing insane strength. Now, this is an interesting chart I've got of Ethereum here. And I'm going to bring you to the weekly just to give you guys what I'm seeing. Okay. Now, this was a chart. Let me just zoom these lines out a bit more. This was a chart that I brought to your attention, I think maybe, I don't know how many months ago it was. It was a good number of months ago. It might have even been the beginning of the previous year. It might have even been last year, but early on. Okay. And what I wanted to show you guys here was how Ethereum has been behaving over the last couple of months going towards the last year. And it's important to see this because right now we're in a market where Ethereum seems to be dominating over Bitcoin. And that's what we're going to talk about next before we talk about altcoins. But for now, we keep the focus on Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, what we've seen here is in the past, what Ethereum's done as part of its bear market rallies has been it's taken out a key level, a key high, should we say, all right? Deviate that high, get back below. Where have we seen that? So here we've got the bull market, all right? This was where it doesn't matter, these red candles here, this never really affected us, okay? And price pushes up. Now, when price pushes up, notice this was the first high that it made, okay? Before we got that first nasty red candle after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of bullish candles. And we even had a blow off top on the 7th week. The 7th week was also a green week, okay? Even though it closed red, all right? Now, we made that high. Why is that high important? What does it have to do with anything? It's important because that's where price found its deviation. Look how we close above it on this candle right here. Now, for me, that is disgustingly bullish. You see that on a weekly, you're going long. It doesn't matter. Any pullback you get towards that first wick down here, you're going long. You mark out a range on this weekly time frame here, intra-week range low, just whatever pattern you want to throw at it, but you're going long because that's a very powerful close. And lo and behold, we did push up. We did, but that's where the market found rejection. And look, once we closed above that key high, once we did that, we had the sell-off. All right. Now, when we had that sell-off, where did price first bounce and find resistance? It was this level right here, which comes in at 3,400-ish. Okay, now let's fast forward a little bit and we see price. It continues its breakdown from this initial swing high here, continues. Once it starts its rally down here, look where it comes to. It comes to that key level. This was the up move that sent the market lower. And lo and behold, we get that nasty bullish close again. We get exactly this, okay? And it looks good. It looks amazing. On a weekly time frame, you see a close like that. Monthly time frame, you see a close like that. You're going all in. I understand. I get it, right? We find that rejection as soon as the market closes on the weekly below that level one more time. What happens? We get the sell-off and we take out the previous lows. All right? Now, coming back, where did Ethereum first bounce when we had that low? You see, we're following the exact same pattern here. Ethereum, it makes that wick up here on the left, deviation. As soon as we close below that wick on the weekly time frame, voila, we got the sell-off. Where did Ethereum bounce the first time? It bounced here. Okay, that's why I've got this level marked out. You see how we bounce off it here, we sharp shoot through it here. We can't figure out what's going on here, up and then down and then up again. Over here, we barely touch it, we barely come close to it, and it bounces. Over here, we clean smash through. Finally, that retest and then the sell-off. Okay, now what is Ethereum doing here? Where was that first high? Now we can't use this one. We can't use it because it doesn't have any confluence with any other key levels. Anybody who shorted down here got stopped out. We can't use that. What we can do, though, is we can use this one right here. Now, this high right here, it's an interesting one because it doesn't have the same sort of patterns as the previous highs, okay? Lo and behold, a few months later, up to a year later, well, 6-7 months later, we're now starting to see that structure form. Okay, and now look where we are. This is the key high right here. This purple, pink, purpley line right here. That's the key high. Now, Given that we've got that clean resistance right above us, are we going to get a bodily close into this resistance and then a sharp rejection to cause the sell off? Are we going to potentially get something like this? Now, the reason I'm saying it, I'm not trying to kill everyone off. What I'm trying to explain here is, don't get caught sidelined. Okay. If we do get a close up here, if we did get a sell off, what would it do to price? Well, I'd be looking at this low down here. All right. Not bearish, not bullish, just trading. In fact, the lower the prices that I see, the more bullish I will get, as long as they match up with everything that's going on in the world. Though Bitcoin is not the world, and Ethereum is not the world. Bitcoin and Ethereum are very big things. They're assets. They're very big assets in that makes a small part of a very, very, very big picture. And once you go through your crypto journey and you start learning about all these pieces that put everything together, you'll make so much money along the way, true, and it won't really matter a lot of the stuff that you learn, true, but it will help you understand where you fit into all of this that's going on. You'll really know where you fit in. All right, because crypto is that for a lot of people. For me, it's that. I never really fit in with it anywhere I went. I never really fit into college. I never really fit in school. I always had issues fitting in with people. And then crypto gave me a voice, and suddenly I've got loads of friends now. I've got all of you people, lovely, lovely people that tune into these streams and like my videos and support the content. And I've made friends throughout the bull markets that I've kept for life. Some of them are in the chat. Liz, good to see you. Very, very good to see you. Very good to see you, Hafuel, August, Phil, wouldn't be a stream without you. DNZ, Drew, Fatih, all good to see you. Crypto Mac, Crypto AM, thank you very much. GC, Richard, Aaron Yeager. Aaron Yeager's in the chat. That's mad. Callow, all good to see you. Good to see you, everyone. All right. So that's the thing. It helps you understand where you fit in. And quite frankly, it's starting to line up in the reverse. Okay. Now, I mentioned on my Telegram the other day, the link is in the description below. First link in the description to tune into my Telegram. The dollar, what has the dollar done here? On the weekly time frame, it doesn't look like much. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something else. Another little pattern for your altcoin trading. Okay. Now, the dollar on the weekly time frame, it looks like it's ready to collapse, doesn't it? It does, but it's not. If we zoom down to the H4, which is a big time frame, we start seeing signs. Okay, we need to look for the signs. Don't worry, we're going to talk about altcoins and everything in a minute because I'm long. Okay, and I'll explain why. I should have done this stream yesterday, by the way. If I had done this stream yesterday, Arbitrum, we would have got the clout for that because Arbitrum was at 130 yesterday and today it's pumped already. So to call out Arbitrum now, it's a little bit difficult, but we're still going to talk about it nonetheless. And we're going to talk about altcoins too, but let's just finish up with Dixie and then we'll do that. All right. Now, when it comes to Dixie, we're starting to see a break in market structure. Okay. Now, not really. I would want it to break above here, if I'm really honest with you. I'd want it to clear this little I'd like it to clear this turbulence first before I start calling for higher prices. If we can mark this as a range, maybe we mark the mid-range here, we could even trade inside of this, okay? But that's above here is where I want to see the break in market structure. But now that Dixie started moving, it's interesting because gold has started moving too. Now, everybody was talking about gold being what's led Bitcoin to where it is right now. That break above 30K, it's gold that's doing it. And it's true. It does have a big correspondence to it because gold in a stable market, gold is the reverse of the dollar. The more the dollar goes up, the more gold goes down. The lower the dollar goes, the more gold goes down. And you'll see, even if you want to overlay the chart with it, if we, where's the compare button? If we do this, all right, so the orange line is Dixie and the black is gold. You'll see how when gold goes down, Dixie goes up. And when they meet together, they snap back, irreversibly snap back. This is a very good trade, by the way. SC taught me how to do this. When you see them come this close together, it's like a north and south pole. It's like a north and north pole, like two ends of the same magnet. No, two ends of a magnet that push away from each other. I don't know what the right science is, but when you get something like this, the snapback is such a good place to trade, And now, if you think about it, we're seeing that Similar thing. We've had that situation already where it's come close to each other and we didn't know what was going to happen. And we had that snap on both sides where gold pushed up and the dollar pushed down. Now we're seeing the same snapback, right? Gold has pushed down, the dollar has pushed up, and we're seeing that little meet up point and they're blasting away from each other now. So, could the breakdown be happening now? I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when the new weekly candle opens up. We'll have to see what price is trading. If you do get stopped out, make sure you get stopped out with money that you can afford to lose. Don't go all in and then complain later. It just doesn't bode well for anybody. Okay? Get stopped out. Being stopped out is fine. Going all in and doing stupid leverage and then claiming clout for it when you win. Come on, man. This is not primary school. We're trading. We're playing with the big boys, even though we're small people. All right. So be content with that. Be happy with that. Feel like you found a place for yourself. All right. Now, gold is the key. Now, all right. Moving forward. What else have I noticed? If we start talking about altcoins, right? There is something I've noticed with altcoins, and it's something that all of you have noticed with altcoins too, and that is the fact that Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up. Bitcoin goes down, altcoins don't necessarily flush. They hold their prices. Now, if I take you over to Matic as an example, all right? I hope this chart doesn't look stupid. Ignore the messy chart. I apologize. This is my own trading chart. It's not going to make complete sense to you, but what I want you guys to see here is Matic. What is Matic doing? It's consolidating, okay? And in this consolidation that it's doing, it's starting to look like it wants to really break to the upside, okay? Right. Now, the thing is, where did this consolidation start? This consolidation started, I would say, here on Sunday, the 12th of March. I would say that's when the consolidation began. Now, where was Bitcoin's price on Sunday, the 12th of March? Sunday, the 12th of March. Here. Okay? Bitcoin was here. Now, Bitcoin has rallied like crazy, and Matic hasn't quite gone yet. If you think about it, Matic hasn't quite gone yet. It doesn't make sense because Matic's a large cap. Matic is in the top 10. If we go to CoinGecko, we can see Matic here. It's the top 10, number 10. All right. Feels a bit weird though that Bitcoin went up like 10 grand. Yeah, it was 20K. Went up like 10 grand. Matic's gone up like 10% in total. All right. Doesn't make sense. Similarly, you have other altcoins as well. We have to talk about Arbitrum because it's in the headline, and we will. We definitely will. Similarly, if we look at Arbitrum, let's look at Arbitrum. So this was the range that I marked out, I think 4 or 5 weeks ago. No, it wasn't. It was in March. I marked out this range. I was like, look, if the low holds here, this is what I'd be looking for. I didn't trade it. Okay. I thought we were going to get a breakdown. I thought we were going to get lower prices and then break this low and go down. I missed it, and it's cool, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Plus, I need to show you guys that pattern I've been talking about. We'll get to that. Now, where was Arbitrum when it started this consolidation? It was Saturday, the 25th of March. Okay. And we didn't really break out. We consolidated. We just kept making that bouncing ball effect. So Bitcoin was consistently going up, but ARB wasn't going up. Neither was Matic. They are going up in USD value, but you're making more money trading Bitcoin at the moment than you are trading these altcoins. Anybody scalping altcoins, anybody using leverage to scalp these altcoins, you can turn a 1% move into a 10%, and that does bode well, but it's still a 1% move. So where is the answer? Where do I look for the clues to show me when these altcoins are going to potentially move? So now let's rewind a little bit. If we've got Bitcoin, this is the king of the market. Okay, pay attention, please. Pay attention because I'm teaching you something here. If you really want to learn and you really want to learn something cool about cryptocurrency and cool about altcoins and how you can make money in this space, smash a like on the video. Make it your job to share it with somebody that you know so that they can learn something too. All right, win-win for everybody. All right. Now, Bitcoin is the king of everything. It's the god, It's the goat. All right, it's the goat. Right. Then you've got the second in command. You've got Ethereum. Ethereum is second to Bitcoin. Anything that Bitcoin does, it will drag Ethereum with it, but there are occasions when Ethereum can outperform Bitcoin. So, whenever you see Bitcoin dumping, suddenly the chart of Ethereum starts looking different to Bitcoin. The chart of Ethereum shows a much healthier structure than Bitcoin does. The chart of Ethereum is showing more in terms of a gaining percentage than Bitcoin is. So it makes you wonder even more now. Okay, why would we be in a market where Bitcoin is dominating it and Ethereum isn't doing anything? And these altcoins that I've mentioned, they haven't really moved. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, you know what? I'll tell you what. Maybe we're not thinking it correctly. Maybe we should just trade Bitcoin. Maybe all altcoins are going to zero. We should just trade Bitcoin, ignore everything else. Or maybe I'll tell you what, why don't we just long ETH? And when we long ETH, we know that Bitcoin can go down and ETH will probably stay up. So let's just long ETH. But hang on a second. I'm not really making the kind of money I want to be making just longing ETH. It's great. It's celebratory to say ETH is above $2,000. And I thought to myself, should I start the stream that way? Should I start the stream celebrating, saying ETH is above $2,000? Should we celebrate? But no, it's the ROI is not the same. I know you want a 5x on ETH at $2,000, but are you prepared to wait 3 years to get it? 3 years is a very small amount of time for a 5x in the traditional world. So the ROI isn't there. It doesn't make sense to start the stream and say, yes, Ethereum is above 2K. All right. So then I say to myself, all right, I need a metric. I need something, a form of data that can show me the comparisons and strengths between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because when Ethereum goes up, altcoins tend to perform okay. And when Bitcoin goes up, altcoins tend to do really well. But if Bitcoin dumps and Ethereum holds, altcoins tend to hold. And that is the answer. So if we go over to this chart, Ethereum, Bitcoin, we now begin to see the strength that Ethereum has against Bitcoin. Okay? And what do we see? We find a range. Where was the target? Where is the target? We want Ethereum. Well, what we spoke about on Thursday was Ethereum potentially retesting this trend line or breaking down right here, and then we'd be targeting 0.55. Okay. Now, what we've done so far is we have retested that trend line, but we don't know if that deviation is there yet. We don't know. Okay. Now, how else can we look at this chart? Because at the moment we look at this chart and we say, okay, NJ, I'm seeing an Eve, Adam and Eve reversal pattern. I'm seeing a really good pattern on Eve. Oh, NJ, look, remember when it did that little circly bottomy pattern and then it did that V shape, and then look what it did when it did that V shape. I see it. I see it. All right. I also see the bearish scenario where we've come to retest the mid range properly after not having done that, and we could potentially break down. So we need another metric now, because this is not enough. I can't really tell you too much about this Ethereum Bitcoin chart. I could tell you that right now Ethereum is showing strength against Bitcoin. The reason that you're seeing these green candles is because Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin in terms of value, in terms of dominance across the market, and in terms of its market cap utilization. Okay? I really hope this is all making sense. I really love talking about all this nonsense. I really love it. I could sit here and talk about it for ages. I just hope it's actually helping somebody. I know Liz is listening to this like, oh, I can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Now, if this is not enough, we move over to Bitcoin dominance. Okay? Here is Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at the weekly of Bitcoin dominance. Now, Bitcoin dominance, what have we seen in the past that has helped us identify an alt rally, an alt run? Okay? We've seen that when Bitcoin dominance goes down, altcoins tend to rally incredibly. Because you got to ask yourself, what is this chart? This chart is the chart of Bitcoin's dominance across the market. So let's say, for instance, the entire crypto market is 47. Bitcoin dominance is 47.52%. So I'm going to make up a number now, all right? Let's say the number that I'm going to make up is $1 billion. Bitcoin, the whole crypto market is $1 billion. Now, if Bitcoin has the dominance of 47.52% of that, what you do, around half, let's say 50 just to be safe, all right? Half $500 million is the dominance of Bitcoin. So in this particular instance, in real life metrics, it would be 475,200,000 dollars. That would be the market cap dominance of Bitcoin. All right. So when that market cap goes up, when this dominance figure goes up and it starts climbing, it means that the market is pushing into Bitcoin. Altcoins will die. Massacre. I was watching this range here and I thought to myself, when this wick, at one stage, this wick was a candle. All right. And I was looking at it and I was like, well, if we get a close above this and we start pushing for 55, 56, 57, we're screwed. We are screwed. The market would have nuked. I'm telling you, everybody who would have got caught bag holding would have suffered immensely. There would have been no return. It would have been as bad as this. Look, when did we last get that bounce? We got that bounce here, where our range low is right here. Okay? Go and look at it. May 2018. Okay? Look how high this stupid bounce. Then we had a little pullback where we had a little alt run, push up, little alt run, and then push up to destroy altcoins. And if you look at your charts, if you go and look at Solana or Injective or Matic or any of your favorite tokens. Go and look and compare it to what was happening to them when Bitcoin dominance was doing this. Okay, they were not at all-time highs when Bitcoin dominance was printing these green candles. All right, I'll tell you that much now. Okay. Now, what have I seen that's made me a little bit cautious with the market in terms of wanting to be aggressive? Well, what I've seen here is we've got a range that we've been playing from Monday, the 17th of May, 2021. Okay? This is not a small range. You can't look at this range and say, NJ, you're wrong, because this is what we have to work with right now. Okay? We've got a range low down here. We've got a range high. Okay? We've got a range low and we've got a range high. Every time we've come to the range lows, alts have been decimated and we've climbed. In USD value, alts were climbing here because Bitcoin was climbing. There is a scenario where Bitcoin can dump and Bitcoin dominance can also dump because money is leaving crypto entirely. All right? That's a different story. That's why in 2022, over here, there wasn't really an alt season. Alts were getting hammered, Bitcoin was getting hammered, and everybody believed that crypto would never come back. That's the scenario where crypto feels like it's never coming back. This scenario that we're in right now is where Bitcoin goes up, USDT pairs go up, not Bitcoin pairs, USDT pairs go up. And that's where it looks like the amount of money that's coming into the market is huge, when in reality, it's not that much. It's the valuations of these altcoins that make the market appear to be bigger and stronger than it really is. Okay? Now, what I've noticed here is that we're seeing a really strong rejection here from range high. Considering that we've tapped into this range high, let me zoom in a little bit to show you guys something here. We've tapped into this range high and we haven't quite taken this high out, but close enough. We took out the highs before. And what have we done? The week isn't even over yet, my friends. And we have closed well within the range. Now, in my opinion, this is a strong sign that Ethereum wants to show more strength against Bitcoin. Now, look, I could be wrong, and this could come back to shoot me in the face, and that's all right if it does, okay? Because we'll get stopped out once, and then we'll reassess, okay? Plus, I'll stream in a couple of days' time, and we'll reassess to see where we are. I would not be remiss to see a new weekly candle tap into this range high again before a proper sell-off, or at least maybe come back up here. Maybe we get a couple of bodily closes here. We've never really had bodily closes up here if I think about it. If I mark out the mid-range between the range high and this range quarter, let's see what we get very quickly. It would be around about, I would say here. I think I've marked it just a little bit too low, if I'm honest with you. Maybe just a tad bit higher. There we go. Okay, we've never really gotten a close. The one time we did get a close above here, the rejection was ridiculous. Okay, the rejection was absolutely ridiculous. Every time we've come to this level here, the rejection has been difficult. Now, if we take this little quadrant right here, you can understand why bears were getting bearish. Once upon a time, in the last 4 weeks, these wicks that you're seeing here, they were all candles. They were all bodies. They closed in the way that they closed. But you can understand why bears were really stepping to the plate once we started having these taps into this rejection here, because what if we broke out of the range? What if this consolidation was a 2-year consolidation, 3-year consolidation, and we're coming now to take out all of these highs here? What then? I can't imagine a crypto market right now with Bitcoin at 72%. I don't know how that would work. I don't think there'd be any altcoins left if Bitcoin went to 70% at this stage. But now that we're starting to get that rejection, I'm starting to see it's starting to make sense to me. I'm starting to have an idea as to what I want to trade, what I want to see. I'm very happy to quickly switch back to my previous bias. Okay, I'm very happy to. Now, when we have sorry about that. We've spoken about this now for 35 minutes. Okay, I want you to take all the information that I've blasted towards you guys, and now let's move over to the headline. Let's talk about Arbitrum, all right? Because if Bitcoin dominance is going lower, Bitcoin is holding its price. Maybe it might be breaking down a little bit, whatever. Ethereum is holding up. We'll find out to see if Ethereum is going to continue to show strength. What am I seeing here with Arbitrum? Let's see if we can find the next setup, because NJ unfortunately got you guys to miss this one. Now, what I'm seeing is exactly the same thing, okay? It looks like an equal measured move to me. You've got this. Do you remember that pattern I was telling you guys about that I was going to show you guys? You've got this. Oopsie. Then you've got this. Oi. No, I'm not going long right now, by the way. And then you've got this. All right. Now it's a breakout pattern. It's a breakout pattern. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the accumulation. Where did my previous range? It robbed it. There we go. And I think I kind of spoke about this in a previous stream as well. So look, what we wanna see here now is we want to see if you're holding Arbitrum from the previous levels below, you're good to go. If you are looking to purchase Arbitrum now, you did have an opportunity at 160-ish, but not really, because your stop loss would also have to be just a little bit below, maybe at 155-ish. Yeah. I think this looks ready to go. Now, one thing that I've been noticing in markets, one thing I've been noticing is this. Look at this area here, guys. Look at this area right here, just in the middle of the screen, right there at the bottom. Let me see if I can highlight it for you. One thing I'm noticing from a lot of altcoins is this. You know, if I give you Matic as an example, if I give you Matic as an example, let me go to the daily, let me remove everything. Look how we are getting that compression. There's this awkward compression that we get. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to delete this entire chart to show you it. To be honest, I can show you it from here anyway. I can show you it from here. Let me see if I can find another chart. Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Let me ignore this. Right. Look at this weird consolidation pattern that we are hearing, that we're seeing here. This is enough. This is enough. I want you guys to go and look at your charts, and I want you to look for this, and don't look for it under the daily time frame. Daily, 3-day, weekly, 2-day, whatever you want to do, but anything above the daily time frame, I want you guys to look for this pattern. Okay, this is just Matic. Okay, and the trade that you'd be looking for is something like this. Okay, the trade would have been something like this here, probably like this, a little bit lower. You can compensate for that wick, and then the trade would be here. It's a 2.5-hour trade. Realistically, though, you'd be looking for something like this. Okay, maybe maybe there, or maybe even, yeah, there. Okay, realistically, you'd be looking for something like that. Okay, because you're getting a massive breakout, massive breakout. TP1 very clear, TP2 very clear, and then TP3 right at the top here, clear as day. Now, are other altcoins showing this? Let's see if any altcoins have. If we go to FTM USDT, well, we're seeing something very similarly here on the daily. We're seeing that exact same breakout, and we're seeing it push up all the way. We've already hit TP1 here. Okay, we've already hit TP1, and now it looks like it might pull back just a little bit for a continuation higher, maybe. Okay, maybe. Again, another one, GRT. Okay, what am I seeing here with GRT? Well, I'm seeing a breakout of the range high, and if I do this, it's the exact same thing, isn't it? Okay, so when we're looking at Bitcoin dominance, we look at Bitcoin dominance, and unfortunately, the only thing we can do is when we look at Bitcoin dominance, is we're comparing it to the rest of the market. Finding the altcoins that we actually want to trade becomes a little bit difficult. All right. But when you start seeing altcoins show the exact same patterns, Kennedy here says check Near. Near was one that I called a couple of weeks ago, actually. I tweeted it and I said that the monthly was looking phenomenal for Near. This was much lower than it was now. I think it was, I'd have to go back and find the tweet, but Near is a fantastic, fantastic example. This is a great example, guys. Look, we're seeing the same thing without marking any ranges or anything at all. We're seeing that exact same, like that. Okay, we're seeing the exact same thing, and now it's pushing up. TP1 was here, TP2. I wouldn't. That's not TP2, man. This can't be TP2. Nah, 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 nah. A move like this, after squeezing like this, you're not going here. You're not going here, my bro. You're going higher than that. 270. 270 looks like clean resistance. Maybe up to 3.4. Maybe. Okay, because you see, you've got this horrible drawing, but yeah, something like that. And you know what? That makes more sense to me. Yeah, $4. That looks good. That looks clean. That would get everybody bullish. You've got to ask yourself, guys, yeah, if the bears are correct, let's say the bears are correct on the idea, right? Where would the actual shorts be? The shorts need to be somewhere where everybody thinks the market is never coming down again. I think this is a perfect way to screw everybody over. If you come up here, and I think when we had SC on the show, he said something as well like that. You come here, you do a little double top here, make everybody think we're going to do this, when in reality, we've broken down and we come and take out all these lows. Okay? So, look, for the time being, Bitcoin dominance breaking down. Ethereum, ETH BTC is pushing upwards. The dollar is pushing upwards, so we do need to be careful, but it is a weekend for now. Maybe we'll get a bloody Monday. We'll see. It's difficult to say. But for the time being, what I want everybody to do is I want you to go on your charts. Look at any of your top 100 altcoins, any of these altcoins. You can pick Cardano if you want, which I think has already started moving. Doge has already started moving. Solana has already started moving. Polkadot hasn't moved yet. I haven't seen no one chatting about Polkadot yet. Ignore all of this. Ignore all of this. I should have probably not done that. I should have not done that. I think I needed that chart, Shit. All right, but anyway, Polkadot. Let's see Polkadot. If we just take that same pattern, we could put it here if we want, or we could put it here if we want. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. But go and look for that pattern. It will give you a clue as to which altcoin will break out next. It will. It will. Now Polkadot has fully broken out now of this little resistance area here. Now it's pushing up. Probably it's going to push up to here, 7.1, 7.15, and then up to this high here. And then because it's been consolidating for so long and it's making a higher low off the lows, this is different market structure. Look, it's the same flipping pattern. Same pattern. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. But I do think that when this comes crashing down, it's going to be horrible, though. I tell you that much. It's going to be very, very horrible. So go and look at your altcoins, see which altcoins are printing this kind of pattern, and you will see that they look ready to break out of accumulation. Personally, I'm holding GRT, I'm holding FET. If uh, if Polkadot could give us a little pullback, maybe into the 650s, I may consider buying a big bag here. To be honest, like if we just take this low right here, if we is it this low right here, and we mark that out, let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's already done it, but if we can get some kind of pullback, something like we had right here, uh something that we had like here into here. I don't know if we'll get it, but that to me would be where I'd want to take some risk. Okay, take some risk there. We'll see what happens. Are we right? Are we wrong? It remains to be seen. But if we can get that pullback, maybe it's already happened. We can start pushing up. Okay, into the next set of highs. There is still some money left to milk in this market. Okay, there is still some money left to milk, and we can milk it. We can milk it. It's just an important case of being attentive, being at your desk, making sure that you're looking at the altcoins you want to look at, and it could be any of them. Any of them. Just pick any out of these ones. Make sure they haven't moved already. You've still got to chart them. You've still got to chart like Uni. I was looking at Uni, right? Uni looks so interesting to me. I think it's done now. Not done. I think it's started to break out already. But I was looking at Uni here at 560 and I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it here at 560. I think if Crypto AM is still in the chat, then, you know, but we're seeing that same pattern with Uni. Okay? We're seeing that same pattern. Mark out this high here. Like that. Okay? So even if I mark out this range here, even if I don't really want to have this range up here on the chart. All right, screw it. Just pay attention. All right. So even here, we're seeing that same thing again. Okay. So just keep mindful of that. Just keep mindful of that. It could be a fake out. It could be a fake out. It really could. If it is, then fine. It is, whatever. A lot of people thought it was a fake out here, and it turned out not to be. It turned out to give us some good gains. A lot of longs and shorts there. Every other day, this has been a scalper's territory. Okay. And scalpers have been winning. A lot of people, including some of the best influencers I know, are all taking very short term trades. All of them. They're all taking short term trades. Now, if we break out of something like this and we start pushing up, everybody's going to FOMO because everybody's going to be like, oh my God, alt season was real. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Just try and catch a meat of the move. All right. I think we've already had quite a bit of an alt season. If you look at coins, like as an example, somebody's asking for the GRT target. Let me give you a little example when it comes to GRT here. I think GRT is a good buy here, to be honest, but just not financial advice. But um, to give you an idea, alt season has already begun. Like we're at the tail end of alt season. Look how much this coin has rallied from the bottom. This coin has already rallied 350% off the bottom. Many altcoins look ready. GC saying here, check Gala. Gala might be ready. It might be ready for a push. Okay. But at the same time, you have to be mindful not to aim. Look, GRT is at 1650 right now. If I buy in at 1650, my target can't be all time high. Like it can't be up here. Target's got to be number one. I do think it takes out this 24 cent high, 23 cents. I do think it takes that quite easily. I think we can come to 30 cents. I think 30 cents is fair. Maybe we can even deviate into 40 and come back down, as in the blow off top kind of thing. But if we get that, but I do think we can go into 30 cents. Look, my invalidation is very clear. I really could not give a shit if I'm wrong. People are getting too emotional. People are getting too emotional. People want to be right. You've got one brother who's preaching about God in every post. And the moment he's right about a trade, he's like, yeah, bears are stupid. They need mental help. They need this. They need that. Starts kind of showing his ego a little bit, for a very small person. You know what I mean? Other traders, they're just desperate to be right. And I really could not give a shit, all right? Being right isn't going to pay your bills. It isn't if you're not trading it. P&L is what's gonna pay for your bills. P&L is what's gonna help you in the future. So look, just make sure you're winning, okay? As an example, I'm long GRT at the moment. I longed somewhere. I longed it quite late. I longed it at around 1540s. Yeah, this area here, I longed it, and I did take some drawdown. You see that pullback there? I did take some drawdown. I cut it. I think I cut it around here at 16s, 1580s, 1519s. I cut it, and then I bought back in. When I tweeted yesterday, I bought back in at 1590s and I'm holding my bag. I'm not really up much on it. Okay. If you think about it, yeah, it had a rally. It's pulling back now. This is not very clean price action that we're looking at. You know, I've got to be mindful. I've got to be careful. I don't want to see certain patterns. Sorry, that's not the one right here. There's certain patterns that I don't want to see. For example, you know, we had a deviation here that shook everybody out. I don't really want to see another deviation here, but we could see a deviation right into support as long as 1500s, if as long as 1600 holds, we're good. If 1600 we break below and start trading below it, then the next stream we'll talk about a shorting scenario. All right, but really and truly, I'm sharing the pullback with you guys right now. I'm not sharing it while it's at the top. We've broken range high. What do you want to see in a range? You want to see what's the plan that SC always shows you? What's the plan that some impersonators like to show you? You've got this, then you've got the push up, don't long this, you've got the pullback, don't long that, you've got the push up, you've got the pullback, and then you've got the rally. And what do people say? SC impersonators. There you go. Okay, there you go. That's where you go long. Now, if we take that scenario, what have we got here? We've got the push up. We've got the push up. This is the range high. Okay, you've got the first push up. There's the first push up right here. Pull back. We've pulled back. Then you've got the next push up now. We're above the range high. If this high here, we find support of it, we're going to push. Okay, we're going to push. I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm just a student. I'm one of the shittest students as well, actually. There's some really good people that's come into class. And also, yeah, look, August says deviation. It could be a deviation. It really could. If we break this trend line here and we trade back towards 1600s, below 1600s, I'll cut it. I don't have to walk away with profit. It doesn't, the targets that I've got up here, the targets that I've got all the way up here, 20 cents, 24 cents, 30 cents, that will give good money, right? But if I cut it for break even, then it's pretty fair. Considering it's pretty fair, right? The stupid targets you had, yeah, I'll make like 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K. But then if you have to cut it at break even, you can't say, oh, I got wrecked. It's a fair trade, all right? Now, I've shared GRT with you. I'm in this. I've told you I'm in this. I'm going to move on from it now. Except one final thing I will say on GRT. Why did I take GRT? I took GRT because Crypto AM shared this one with me. And big shout out to Crypto AM. We bought FET. Where did I buy FET? Oh, I bought it here. You see this pink line? I missed it. AM told me about FET all the way down here. He was like, NJ, check this out. It's flipping support. It's flipping support. And I was like, yeah, to be honest, like, it looks like a breakdown to me. I'm probably going to go short, etc., etc. As soon as we got above the pink line, I longed it. And then like an absolute moron, I cut it at 39 cents. I longed it at 36, at 39. I was like, yeah, bruv, I just took a normal 10% trade. You know how it is these days, bro. Like, just trading out here. You get me? I'm just trading, And then price just continued pushing up, broke the mid range, retested it. And we're seeing that same thing again now, aren't we? Okay. You've got the push up, you've got the pullback into the actual the support level itself. Push up again. Now we've got the pullback. We need this to hold. Okay. It's very, very, you can't learn price action better than this. Okay, sometimes I want to stream, and sometimes there's like 5-6 times the people that are here now, and I think to myself, I really want to stream. I really want to go and chat to these guys and stream. And then I see really, really stupid price action. I see really, really stupid price. That's the high. Sorry, that's the high there. Okay, let me zoom in for you. You see that? up candle. This is the high that needs to hold. So we're watching now to see if it does. But yeah, sometimes I want to come and stream and I just can't because price is disgusting. I can't look at price without feeling disgusted. So I'm just like, oh, well, there's nothing to really talk about. But when price action is like this is your best opportunity to learn. Real talk. Lower your size, like lower your risk and just keep trading it. Even if I'm showing you the H1, go to the 5 minute if you want and trade it. Go to the 5 minute and trade it if you want. I don't. It's not. I'm not. I don't deny it. You see here, you've got the push up, you've got the consolidation, you've got the push up. Now we've got the retest. Now we want to come and take out these highs here. Mark this on your chart. I'm going to give you guys a second because I think this is going to unfold exactly like that. Mark that on your chart. Sorry, that's not the one. Hold on. It's right here. There. Mark it on your chart. Don't worry about the range levels. Don't worry about other lines. Just mark out this box here, mark out this line here at the top and say, NJ said, this is the range level. We broke above it. We retested it. We've got that consolidation. We pushed up. Now we've come back to retest this box. As long as this high here holds, we're pushing up to this. We can accept any type of swing fail because on the H1, H2, H3, H4, you can get price action on the 5 minute that comes into here. Like that. But on the H1, H2, H4, this will be wicks. So it will show that this high here held. Okay? Just which time frame. So keep an eye on that. That's your setup. I think that's a very flipping good trade. Hold on. Let's see. That's a wide stop, I know, but bear with me. Yeah, it's about a 2 hour trade. It's about a 2 hour trade. Obviously, look, because you're trading it on the very, very low time frame, what you can do is you can buy some here, but then what you can do is only buy a little bit. Okay. If we dip into this box, think about it. If we got the mid range of this box here, mid range falls into around here. Okay. You can even buy and scale your way in. If price starts closing below here, oh, I don't want to take a 1 hour loss. I'd rather wait and see what happens. I'll get out. Maybe I'll get back in. Say, for instance, you buy, 20% here, right? And then price just flips over and comes into this level here. Now, what you can do is you don't have to buy, but what you can do is you can wait. Soon as it gets above here, you start saying, oh, well, this is the high originally that I wanted to hold. And on the higher time frame, that's the high that I want. You can slap your stop loss right underneath the range level here. Okay. Once it's above here, full on size, all in, boom. Okay. So say, for instance, you wanted to go in with $1,000. You go in with 300 here. If it rallies without us, then screw it. We made some money at least. If it pushes down into these areas here, that's a bit deeper than I'd like, but we slap in another 300. As soon as it gets back above here, slap in another 400 and boom. Okay? That's the pattern that you look for. And if you just keep looking for that pattern, you'll be all right, as long as the pattern's right. Yeah? If it's not right, then I'm sorry you got stopped. But that's FET, and FET is the top end AI coin. It's one of the bigger AI coins. So when FET tends to move, GRT tends to move. Other AI coins tend to move. So I took GRT and FET. I've taken both of them. So it's kind of the same risk. If I'm 50% in FET, 50% in GRT, and I'm just talking about one account, I'm not talking about my entire portfolio. But if I'm in 50-50, I'm kind of taking the exact same risk. Because look, if FET is giving me a red candle, I imagine GRT is too. Yeah, you see? I imagine GRT is also giving a red candle as well. Okay, they're moving in sync, they're moving in unison. This stream is an important stream, ladies and gentlemen. You need to pay attention to the notes that you can write on this stream. Start from the beginning and plan your alt run. Okay, plan it. You've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, you've got gold, you've got the dollar. You all know what to watch out for now. Okay, you all know exactly what to watch out for. I don't actually need to go live for a couple of days because you know what to do. You know what to do. If you see Bitcoin dominance breaking down past the levels I showed you, breaking above the levels I showed you, sorry, get out of the market quick. I'll tweet it anyway, so will everybody else, but get out the market ASAP. If Bitcoin starts to dump and Bitcoin dominance is dumping at the same time, it means that hopefully we have enough time to get out. Hopefully we have enough time to get out. All right. If um, Bitcoin is dumping, if Bitcoin is pumping and the dominance is decreasing, then I don't know how high we can go. We're about to see some stupid multipliers in the market. If Bitcoin stays where it's at, Ethereum starts pumping or stays where it's at, and Bitcoin dominance decreases, those little trickles from Bitcoin and Ethereum are like 10x's for us. Okay. So these altcoins that I've shared with you today, they're the higher cap ones, but you don't need to take them. You can just look for that pattern. Rewind the video 5-10 minutes, look for that breakout pattern. Okay. And as long as you look for that breakout pattern, do a little Twitter Googling, do a little search, see if they've got any news coming out, have a little quick poke in their Telegram, see that they've got no hackers just on standby waiting to hurt people. As long as the coin's got a bit of decent fundamentals, as long as everything else I've shown you for the first hour of this stream goes to play, then we should be good. Now, I'm not gonna be able to talk about this other stuff here because we are running short on time, but we are going to wrap up with the headline, okay? And that is going to be Arbitrum. Now, Arbitrum, where do I see Arbitrum going? Okay, this is an interesting one. Where do I see Arbitrum going? Because we haven't. Maybe I should move this a little bit here. I think it's about to go now, G. If you buy Arbitrum and you win right now, if something like this happens right now, I'm claiming the clout. So please smash a like on the video. And if you don't buy Arbitrum and it doesn't do anything from here, then looks like it's about to go in it. It's got that same stupid pattern I was telling you guys about. Anyway, we'll watch Arbitrum then while we talk about it. Now, when it comes to Arbitrum, I was having a convo with SC and XO the other day, and I was asking them, I was like, guys, do you know what? The only thing bothering me about Arbitrum is, when WanChain came out in 2017, I remember WanChain. WanChain was dubbed as the biggest ICO of 2017. So imagine a private sale or imagine a public sale of a new project that's coming out. I don't know. I can't think of a new project right now, but let's say WanChain, all right? WanChain launches on the market, and what it does is it dumps straight away. Straight away, it dumps. And out of nowhere, we were in a bear trend. We were in bear market, man. It was 2018 when it did this. Nobody expected it. It sucked all the volume out of the market, all of it, and it rallied to $10. And you should have seen NJ back then. NJ back then, I weren't the same back then. I was a little idiot back then. I was like, you know what, yeah? If WanChain launches, yeah, I might throw one Bitcoin at it. If it launches, I'll see like 40 cents, 50 cents. Yeah, might be a shout. I was talking to my uncles, I was talking to my friends like I was some big man, but I wasn't. I was an idiot. And I missed it. But it's all good because obviously there's always an opportunity in the market. Now, you see, Arbitrum, the problem with Arbitrum that we've got is if we zoom out, and I'm saying we really zoom out, yeah, if we zoom out and hide all of this, Arbitrum is at all-time high. So where can I see Arbitrum going? What highs need to hold for Arbitrum? Well, look, if it's going to be a breakout, this is the problem. I don't advise trading this. If you've already got some, then we can have a conversation. I haven't got any Arbitrum. Okay. Number one, this high needs to hold. Okay. And that's what it looks like it's doing at the moment. If this high holds, comes in at 163, that's number one. If we close on the daily below this 163, I would look to start maybe buying here at maybe 144, maybe all the way down here into 130. And the best possible place that you can buy Arbitrum would be at somewhere between sort of 120 to 125. Okay, that's the best place I could see buying Arbitrum, unless of course we do something like this. Okay, unless we do. I don't want to delete the chart. Unless we do something like this. right? But if it's doing that, then it's either some major FUD or the whole market is collapsing, which by that point, you're not really going to be focused on Arbitrum. You're going to be focused on Bitcoin. As it stands, as I've already told you guys, all right, the range levels awkwardly match up. I don't know what market maker is trading this, but it's not screwing over anybody. The pullbacks aren't coming. The prices that we want aren't coming, and they're retesting basic Fibonacci levels. Look, I drew my range here. Here's the range high. Here's the range low. Where was the high? Oh, lo and behold, 160. All right. And then that's exactly what's holding as well. So what now then? If I start marking out, 3.618 and 4.618, I think Arbitrum can do $4 or $5. I don't know what metrics I'm using to get that. I think Matic is is a project that went to 10, 20, 30 billion market cap. Doge is a project that went stupid market cap as well. I think in this bear market rally, um, I think Arbitrum can do $5. Part of my head says 10. Part of my head, just because I saw Wanchain do it, I saw APT do it. A0, I haven't seen A0 do it, and A0 was meant to be big, so that's another one that we need to probably pay attention to. I think it left me, A0. I was trading this loads. God, that looks disgusting, doesn't it? 1 second. Yeah, man, A0's left, man. A0's left. You see that stupid pattern again? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's here. It's here. It's here. Just look for that breakout pattern. It only works in markets like this. It doesn't work in really shit markets. You have to be really experienced to use it in really shit markets, but in markets like this, those breakout patterns work. And that's kind of why I was looking at Bitcoin, and I didn't think Bitcoin was going to really dump. If we look at Bitcoin, yeah, it's printing a swing high on the daily. The daily's not over yet. We've still got 3 hours left. But if we look at nah, man, this looks like it's starting to break down still. We'll have to wait and see. Gotta wait and see. Bitcoin is a piece of shit, man. It was breaking down here as well, wasn't it? And then it freaking spiked up and closed back above. So we've got to wait and see. Look, really and truly, I don't give a crap about a $500 Bitcoin range. All I care about is whether or not the altcoins will continue going. Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin dominance one more time. Bitcoin dominance, yeah, we're starting to get a little push up, but it's nothing compared to what we've had over the last day or two. All right. Over the last day or two, the reason alts have been going up, there you go. There's your answer. This is the chart that you want to see. Now, with Bitcoin dominance, if we can, it's bounced off the mid range of this consolidation. Look where it's bounced. All the levels immediately line up. That's crazy. All right, it's bounced off the mid range. Let's see if we can get below this level here. If we can get below 47%, 47.1%, and we can hold below that. Ooh, I wonder what my bags would be saying. Because look, this is what that level is. This is what that 47 level is. If we break below this 47 level here, we look at 46, but then at the same time, if we break below this consolidation here, look, this was the consolidation over here on the left, right here. This was the consolidation, right, that we needed to hold above when dominance was pulling back. People were probably still longing Bitcoin. People probably thought that Bitcoin was probably going to be going, I don't know, higher, I guess, or something. And it didn't hold. We closed below it. As soon as we closed below it, we sold off really aggressively, man. So look, we don't really know what Bitcoin dominance is going to do here. Maybe this consolidation can hold. If it does, then probably maybe a lower high, maybe. I would think something like that, but I don't think so. At the same time, I don't think so. That's a scenario. I think if it's going to drop, it drops right now. Really and truly, if it's going to drop, it drops, because this chart, every time we've gone back to the range highs, every single time, we have not messed about. Every single time. All right, over here we did a little double top. I appreciate that, but over here we smashed down. Over here, flip me, we smashed down. Over here, we didn't even get close. The mid range, which is currently holding right now, That was the resistance, and smash down over here, smash down. Every time we've gone into this area, we have smashed down. So look, we're here now, innit? I've got no reason to so far believe that we're not going to smash down. It's holding bullish market structure. We've got to get below 46 cents, but 47 cents, I'd be like, yo, might be time to start taking some risks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe time to buy some really shitty altcoins and see if I can get like a little cheeky 10x. It is what it is. That's how the market is. You've got to play how the market is. But if we start breaking above this range high, if we start breaking above 49%, then no. If you see Bitcoin dominance at 49%, pull back. Take it easy. Pull back. We'll reassess, because above 49%, we're starting to look at things like 55%. And if we start looking at 55%, no altcoin will survive. There is no Matic or GRT or Gala or FET or whatever. There is no narrative. If this thing pushes up, altcoins will suffer. All right. All depends on it all depends on Bitcoin. Okay. And I can see now, what is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin, yeah, we need to wait and see. We need to wait and see. This is not a clean break of this mid range. We're in no man's land right now, I agree, but we can come all the way down here into 29.8 and then bounce up. We can come into 29.3, which would suck. It'd be good to be short, or it'd be good to be like in cash if that happened, but it is what it is. You've got to manage your risk accordingly. This is a very clear short, but it was a very clear short down here as well, wasn't it? You know what I mean? So just be very careful shorting this. This is stupid. Okay, this is really stupid. We are seeing exhaustion now, though. We are. Okay, I am starting to see exhaustion. At the same time, you know, if we reverse it, you've got the consolidation here, consolidation here, consolidation here, and then you've got this big FU candle right here. You've got consolidation here, consolidation here, consolidation here, consolidation here. Maybe we get that stupid FU candle now. All right, so um just be careful shorting this. I've made some money shorting it, not Bitcoin specifically, but altcoins. I've made some money shorting it, but I've lost quite a bit shorting as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? But it's cool because the longs have more than made up for it. This has been such a profitable quarter, bro. I have to give my family most of the money, but it's been profitable though. It is what it is. You know them ones where you make money and your dad's the kingpin. It's like bad dumb. Anyway, I love him. I love all of them. Um, all good, all good. So keep that in mind. Keep it all in check. I do think that alts could continue. I do think that alts can continue. I've got no reason to believe they won't at the moment. With Bitcoin potentially breaking down here, we've got to watch. You've got your plans for Bitcoin. Forward, rewind all the way to the beginning of the episode to try and understand what my thoughts are with Bitcoin, where I stand on ETH, my analysis breakdown on ETH, my analysis breakdown on Bitcoin dominance, my analysis breakdown on the dollar, and why the dollar could start beginning to show some serious strength, and gold, what gold is doing, what some altcoins are doing, the breakout pattern that you need to look for when looking for altcoins, how to trade them, what your targets are, and what I'm currently holding. So look, I can't do any more for you than I've already done. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely weekend with you, yourselves, your families, whatever, your children, just whatever, like, you know. And I'll try and go live next week early on. All right, Monday, Tuesday, I'll try and go live. And look, do me a favor if you don't mind. The link in the description below is my Telegram link. Please, can you click on that link and join the Telegram? Mute it if you want, all right? But just join the Telegram link. The link's in the description below. One is a Bybit referral link. Please, can you sign up to my Bybit referral link? I have to say that. I have to say that. And for anybody that does, it shows the company that people are watching the streams, people are enjoying the streams, and people are engaging with the streams because they've clearly signed up using that link. Okay, it helps the NJ show grow. Okay, and it will get to a stage where if we've got enough people here, if we've got enough signups, if we've got enough people in the Telegram, if we've got enough volume of demand, then I wouldn't be surprised if the NJ show went back to streaming every single day, potentially even twice a day in the bull market. Okay, you guys have to make it happen. It's your job to please shield this to as many people as you can, friends, cousins, family, whatever. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely day. Let's quickly see what GRT is doing. Are we down or are we up? There you go. Just remember on this stream, okay? It's at 1646 right now, okay? If we break below, if we do this, I'm not expecting this, but if we do this, cool. That's the short setup. Right here is the short setup, but I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting that. All right. Cheers, everyone.